Okay, here we are. So last time on Danganronpa. Oh yeah. Before that, I wanna actually update you guys on the tier list because there was some shuffling of the tier list that happened off screen, off camera, and this is where we're at now. Because a friend of mine asked me, "Hey, are there any updates on the tier list?" And there were, but you know what? Here's the thing: is that I've moved the boring main character tier up one tier. Actually, let's fucking turn on the game music while we talk about this. It's fun. So, the boring main character tier list has been upgraded from below D to above. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god, I destroyed the tier list. I'm sorry. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing. So it's been upgraded to above C. Now, so here's the thing. Sayaka has also been upgraded from C to B. Because here's the thing, is that I like Sayaka more than I like Makoto. But I don't like Junko or Toko more than I like Makoto. Junko like didn't do anything and she's weird. So, and she's been upgraded from D, which was you're weird, into you're weird, but also you might be a serial killer, so you're more interesting now. But boring MC tier, he is a boring. I still believe he's a boring, like blank slate kind of. Well, it's not a blank slate. He's actually not. He has actually a character, but it's fairly plain. So he still stays in boring MC tier, but he's also a nice person. So I like him more than you and you and you and you and you. So he has to be above all of these. So I made an executive decision to move boring MC tier to my depending how I feel like. So he's been moving up above C. I also moved Sayaka above B because I like her more than I like him. I'm actually sad that Sayaka died first, dude. Because I really like the character. I think she had amazing expressions, a good design, and I think the fact that she's the first one that cracked, and just decided I'm gonna kill someone. That's something I really like. So Sayaka has been upgraded. In fact, I might end up liking her more than everyone here in B, but I don't know. Depends on whether or not B tier characters get downgraded or not. But this is how things are as they stand. So yes, that's been how the tier list has been upgraded. So back to Danganronpa. So last time, so fucking Chihiro died, which is a fucking bummer. And then we were just walking around with Byakuya, trying to investigate what happened. Byakuya, and by the way, I'm getting a better understanding as to why people like Byakuya to begin with. Because like he's a popular character. The reason why he's a popular character is because like, well, first of all, he has like a hot design, so people are like instantly horny for him. Because I know the fan base that likes this game, dude. Like every time I have to like, because I'm doing the thumbnails for this game on my YouTube channel, and I have to like search for like the sprites of the characters to throw in the thumbnail. And every time I search for a sprite, I find sprite edits, which are people just fucking around with colors and maybe different versions. And here's a goth edit of this character sprite, and it's just like, oh my god, if we're at that point, that means that this fucking fan base is weird. It's Homestuck levels of weird. All right. And the voice act. Infamy has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit. Another status increase for me. Evidence? What do you find? I cannot reveal that just yet, but I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Limber said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Really? What did she see? She refuses to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Oh my god, dude. Okay, so where's Celeste? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What? What, dude? What? By the way, he said, his breath. Assume, like, saying that the killer was male despite being a female locker room. It could be. Okay, so let's check the boys locker room because my character said let's check that one too earlier. The poster changed. Oh no. So okay, so the poster on the girls' room is actually the poster in the boys' room. They absolutely swap. Okay, so this is actually a clue. This poster is a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. No, that is a fucking clue, dude. Okay, so I have to actually have a character to tell me because my character's dumb. Or maybe I'll go to the girls' locker room and then I'll investigate that poster. But okay, so the poster that the girl saw was the woman in the bikini or whatever, and that was here, but then that's in the girls' locker room now, because I remember thinking, oh, do they both have the same poster? And it's like, no, they got swapped. This is a boy band, which means that this was in the girls' locker room, and then the killer swapped both of these for some reason. That's actually really good. That's a really good clue. I don't know what that means, but that is a really good. Oh, this is dirty. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Nice! Boys' locker room carpet. Okay. There's actually clues in the boys' locker room. Okay, so it might have been a male student who did this. Anything on the pool? Probably not. Maybe there's some kind of clue in the lockers? Guess not. I don't think there's anything else now. So maybe nothing here actually. The boy band, the stain, nothing else. Okay, let's leave. Alright. Anything else in this room? I don't think there's nothing here. No. Investigate this. Kind of pointless. Gatling gun. Girls' room. Okay, let's investigate for some clues. Get my character into what I was thinking about. It's the bloodstained poster. The blood is most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. A girl's locker room doesn't seem like this kind of place you find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of the popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. I've been to the boys' locker room before, so I know that the poster has been swapped, yes. But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. 2 locker room posters has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Sakura? You spent a lot of... sorry, that was me. You spent a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura? I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay then let me ask you something. Do you think the poster in the boys and girls locker room could have been switched? Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid attention to those posters. I see. But then there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain? But it doesn't seem any stain on the carpet now. Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. It's in the boys' locker room now. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there's never a stain to begin with. Okay, so those were switched then. Why would you switch the posters and the stain though? Okay, whatever. Mondo? What was his voice? Dude had a real complex about being weak. You hear Chihiro talk about it, right? All he needs to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl. I know, man. Haven't really thought about this stuff. If you're complex, where do you come from? The weapon. There's a big blood stain on the dumbbell on the floor. Monokuma saw out as if the fatal injury was caused by a blow to the head. This dumbbell has to be the murder weapon. Okay, Kyoko. Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress in your investigation? Generally speaking, but I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it? Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts. That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Okay, thank you, Kyoko, for the information. You've been helpful. However, why do you have to do that is not the murder, because if we don't solve the murder, we all die. There's a blood stain on the carpet. It can only be caused by Chihiro's murder. Okay, let's check her body. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug? Oh, it's a cord. This isn't a rope at all. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think about too much about either of them. But seeing them again and looking through the Genocide Jack's files, something's not quite right. All of them have been like stabbed, like impaled. What does this all mean? Status of dead body has been entered into a bullet session. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro, and to figure out there was a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at Genocide Jack cave file one more time. So the power cords were in the library. They were in the archive room in the library. We've been there after her murder, though. Okay, so bloodlust. Yes. Anything else we can look at? Oh, this? No, never mind. Okay, there's nothing else. Cool. Let's leave. Okay, so examining the boys' locker room and the girls' locker room. Hifumi says some bullshit. They told me to go talk to... who was it? To Celeste in the archive room. Not the archive room, the warehouse. Okay. I forgot where to go. There. Hey, Ishimaru, how are you holding up? Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing secrets after all. Damn it, I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I wasn't strong enough. Okay, it's fine, buddy. You'll make it through. It's fine. It's not your fault. It's the goddamn bear. Maybe there's more people to talk to. Anyone here? No one? Cool. I do want to hear what everyone has to say about this. I want to get every character fully vertex I can get. Nothing? Alright, cool. I'm leaving. Okay, let's go to the inn. So, they told me to meet Celeste in the warehouse, I think. Maybe this is where the cord came from. Hi. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case? I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Did you find something? Very well, I will tell you, and only you. Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What, really? That was right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
That's a voice acted, sorry.
Oh, I was just... Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps? What? How did you know? Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying. Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Why in a hurry, though? She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored nighttime rule and headed directly into the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken war rule, none of this would ever have happened. Get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing, but the strange thing is, there was no trace of the trash jacket or duffel bag so as to say she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. So this account has been added to the truth. Okay. I don't think there's anything here I can check that matters. Wait, what? Fridge, Sayaka mentioned? Sayaka mentioned something before she died. I think nothing matters here. What's stacked up? Nothing noteworthy. Yeah, there's nothing here. Let's leave. Okay, anyone I can talk to? Where should I go though? So I investigated both locker rooms. I talked to Celeste. She said she saw something. Oh, we can try this. And there's nothing here. I probably want to find characters to talk to, because usually characters will tell me you should go look for clues here. The cafeteria. We already find like a bunch of clues at this point, I think. We already did a little bit. Oh, Hina. So she can tell me about the posters, probably. Oh, Hina, how's Taka doing? Same as before, she won't come out and she just gets some mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her there? My head was all swimming and I was getting pretty hungry. Yeah. Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Taka's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with? Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with other girls too much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused. Totally. That's true, and it wasn't just us. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy about your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You'd think so. I never really saw that as that kind of girl. Always a con. Okay, was Shihiro transgender? Like just straight up. There was many flags pointing to that at this point. She didn't want to ever go to the girls' locker room. There's a weird switch happen between both the boys and the girls' locker room. Like she doesn't hang out with girls. She only hangs out with boys. Whatever. I mean, the rules of gender and how you behave, or just all depends on the individual, really. So we can't infer much from that, but from video game logic, that could be where this is going. Nothing here. Nothing here. Okay. So we can get more information about the switch posters, though. I mean, I got like 1 or 2 truth bullets about it, so I can probably just figure it out in middle of the trial. So what's in here? Anything? I'm just trying to find characters, man. Oh, there could be someone here. Hey, hit up. Oh, hey, Makoto, what's up? I haven't been up to anything myself, that's for sure. Definitely haven't looked inside the mailbox. What? Oh, I think that is a clue to tell you to go look. But Jugglio Sayaga's e-handbooks, because the e-handbooks any dead students are brought here to the mailbox somehow. The rule says lending your e-handbooks to another student is strictly prohibited, and lending against the rules, you know, once there's no problem with borrowing one. Leon's handbook refuses to turn on, but according to Monokuma, it shouldn't be broken. It's really unrelated to the case. Either way, something about this still bothers me. Okay, you're now suspicious, because I was like, so I was like, this is just a game telling me to check this, but no, I already checked it with Byakuya. Byakuya made me check it, so there's no reason for the game to tell me to check it twice. So now that thing you just said, that was just suspicious, dude. That was just straight up suspicious. Leon's one turn on, not the girl's one, and that was the thing that threw us up with Byakuya, but now we have a suspicion that Chihiro might have been transgender. So, okay, we're figuring shit out here. It could be that like she didn't go with a girl to help her with training though, with exercising, because she said she needed help, but at the same time she didn't hang out with girls, and she didn't feel comfortable being with girls because I don't know, she would see her something less or something. She definitely had like was very shy and maybe had like an inferiority complex. So maybe she told one of the guys, this is my secret, and then told that guy, hey, go help me out with exercising. Anything else we haven't checked here yet? I think we're good here. I could go to Chihiro's room though, right? I'm gonna check the second floor of the school, just a little bit again. I'm gonna just check the bathrooms. Well, maybe not that one. This one. I can check a stall. No. Ooh, yep. There's a classroom here. Nothing. Cool, let's leave. We're gonna check the library again. I was here with Byakuya, but... Oh yeah, about the fucking thingy here. Didn't mean to do that. I suppose I can check. Well, I can check the lamp maybe. The lamp won't turn on. Oh, it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet here, but last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it was definitely right here. Yeah, Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Yes! Yes! That's what was used to tie up Chihiro. Okay, the archive room. I already been here, so probably nothing important. That's lamb. Mono coin. Or 1 coin. Because I spent everything else in gacha. Box is on this. The extension cord wasn't there before. It's gone. Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Yakuya. Oh, it was. Oh shit, was that the trigger? Was that the trigger to like, hey, fucking trial now? Can you miss clues? Or did it get everything? I felt like I didn't get everything. Okay, so we got the file. We got Sakura's account. The dumbbell. Mundo's account. Card reader. The handbooks. The broken handbook. The Johnson Jack case file. Eo's account. The carpet. The posters. Her handbook. The status of the dead body. The stain that disappears, so the switch carpets. The lamp, her account. Blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. She has not told anyone other than Makoto. Is that it? Yeah, man.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
Okay.
It's the moment you've all been waiting for.
I'm gonna just
class
ask Google real quick. Can you miss clues? Or no, can you miss shoot bullets in Danganronpa? Okay, I think somebody asked us. Can you miss any truth bullets? I don't know. Impossible. Okay, so I cannot miss any clues. I got all of them. Okay, cool. So we can just do it.
Remember where to meet. Please go through the red.
Yep. Okay, class trial time. Begin the class trial. It's about to begin. The red door is right through here. Save again. I know I just did it, but I'm crazy. Oh, now I'll save on that slot because I feel more comfortable saving during a time that is not like middle cutscene or dialogue. It's just free roam. I don't know, man. I'm paranoid about saving. Playing old computer games did that to me. Okay, so I guess we do it. I thought investigation was gonna take longer, but I suppose this is what we're doing. So is everyone ready to? What? Am I blind or are we missing someone? Kyoko is not here. Oh, Toko. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to check up on her room. What was going on there? Probably not gonna get anything, but yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is? You really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget the little nut job? She's a crucial part of the cross trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, why? Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. Okay. I told him they didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible, terrible. Well, so now everyone's here. Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki, she was so gentle, calm, meek, nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. I said it previously, but is it possible that she accidentally killed herself? Like she was trying to exercise and accidentally just pop. Like I said, okay, so if Toko is Genocide Jack, and if she has split personality disorder, and if the trigger is that she sees blood, passes out, and then the second personality wakes up, then what might have happened is that Chihiro accidentally like hit herself in the head and died, and then Toko saw that and saw the blood, went crazy. Genocide Jack showed up, and then Genocide Jack just said, "Hey, cool, a dead body," and then just like tied it up and wrote bloodless and shit, but didn't actually kill her. That could be. That murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Killed Chihiro. Okay. Can I talk to everyone? Everybody, big talk to everybody. I gave you plenty of time to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. I guess it wasn't much help at all on this one. You did give me an account, so... Okay. You for me?
How very sad.
Miss Fuyisaki, I must admit it, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
Oh, come on, dude. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it will work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro? Oh my god, I forgot about the Brotherhood. I will uncover the villain who performs such heinous acts on a weaker individual. You ready? We're doing this? For some reason I'm suspicious of this guy because of where he was standing, and he's not saying anything about the murder. He's just like, hey, you ready? And his expression is, fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? That's it? No one else? Oh, Kyoko's right there in the background. Just saw her.
Shall we go?
Shall we begin? Okay then. I don't think I'm missing anyone. Let's go. Man, fucking try. This trial is gonna be an hour and a half, dude. I don't know if I have the energy in me, but I already hit go, so. Let's give a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walk towards the elevator and shaky legs. With each step forward, I can feel my heart starting to race faster. As soon as everyone was done, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. Every time we hit the elevator scene, there's gonna be less people. The steel box sank with a heavy clunking sound deeper and deeper into the underground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, I continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. And here we are again.
What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Good, you're rip-roaring ready to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it, not at all. Okay then, let's get the show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
And so the curtain opened once again, and deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, deadly defense, a deadly fate, a deadly glass trial! Oh yeah, we can save right before it. Okay, cool. Handbook. Fucking hit me up with each street bullet, dude. Okay, so the file. 2 a.m. Discover girls' locker room. Blood to the head, blunt urgent, kill instantly. Sakura's account. As though she wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura, and always she might have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. Despite the Chihiro started that she desired help with her efforts, she might have been meeting with someone in the locker room the night she was murdered. The dumbbell found on the floor of the girls' locker room had a significant amount of blood in it. Mondo's account. Chihiro had told anyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assumed that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. Orator. To unlock a locker room, you need to swipe your e-handbook over the counter. You need a male student handbook for the boys' locker room and a female one for the girls. It's not possible for 2 people to enter at the same time. Additionally, lending someone your e-handbook is a violation of school regulations, but you can just get someone if you like steal it or whatever. E-handbooks of each student that had died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall. One of the e-handbooks found in the main hall had been broken, which is apparently a rare occurrence because they're super sturdy. Shunkon Sayaka's handbooks will seem to still work, so it assumed that the broken handbooks is Leon's. it is assumed that the broken handbook is Leon's. It could not be Leon. It could be someone else. It could be Chihiro's. But then what happened to Leon's? Okay. However, Monokuma claimed it's very unlikely that Leo's handbooks would have broken in the baseball, in the JoJo reference 1000 hits baseball thing. So it could be Chihiro's. Who else could it be other than Leon's? Because everyone else has their own. Okay. Murder cases of Genocide Jack. Suspected Genocide Jack victims include Ken Harada, Tetsuhiro Honda, and Shoji Gakko among countless others. Why does the name matter? They were killed in the same way and mounted to a nearby wall. The word bloodlust was found at the scene of each crime written in blood. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from split personality. Toko. Always account. Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from other girls at the school even from the beginning. Meanwhile, it had been noticed that she got along remarkably with her male classmates. The carpet in the boys' locker room was found with a blackish stain on it. Blood was found on the poster in the girls' locker room. The poster featured a big-breasted supermodel popular among young boys. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for a boy band popular with teenage girls. So, the crime maybe happened in the boys' locker room. Because if Chihiro wants transgender, and she could only have access to the boys' locker room with her handbook, because it opens to whatever gender you are, so she went to the boys' one. She was exercising there, and whoever killed her had a degree of mercy for the gender they identified her as, so they moved everything to the girls' one. It could have been an accident, though. The fact that she accidentally killed herself. Maybe she was like super clumsy. Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse and has apparently gone missing. Status of dead body. Had been suspended and her hands had been found with some kind of rope. Her fatal injury was a blow to the head. Disappearance stain. Coffee stain. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for a coffee stain in the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain had been inexplicably scrubbed away. It got switched. Library desk lamp. Byakuya was known to use this lamp often. However, the extension cord had gone missing at some point and the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. Celeste's account. On the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothing into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found on the crime scene. Is blue indicative of gender? Or not? That's a question I have. Okay, that's it. Set skills. Do I have more skills now? Okay, so I have Melodious Voice from Sayaka. Increase damage to opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during bullet time battle. Breathing technique. Focus gauge recovers more quickly, effective during non-stop debate, during Hamlet's game and bullet time. Okay, whatever. Do I have more? No, I think that's it. I didn't hang out with people enough, I suppose. I guess we'll go. Trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then I'll punish
know this.
Okay, let's talk about the murder weapon.
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow, the Dumbo. Make your argument! Oh, it's the Dumbo.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound. According to the Monokuma file,
I don't remember what button to shoot. Fast forward, fire and shoot bullets. To fire whatever shoot bullet. Okay, why?
what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
What? That was not it? It doesn't contradict it, but it tells you what the...
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was... According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt...
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No.
Interesting.
How?
That certainly...
Poor Chihiro.
No. No, dude.
Chihiro's
Okay, so I have to...
According to the Monokuma file...
Wait, what is the slow... Okay, that's the slow button.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Fuck you. Why would you think it was an iron pipe? I mean, he's just saying shit. Okay, break.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
So Hagakure was the one that said iron pipe, by the way. So like, you have to be suspicious of whoever starts to like try to derail the shit. Maybe he was just saying shit, but
consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
what do you mean consistent with the shape of the? It's not like it left a fucking.
As far as I'm concerned,
Okay.
there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Okay then.
Looked at her head wound?
That's so creepy!
Shut up. We need to figure this out. So
If you don't mind,
Kyoko's cold.
I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit.
Okay.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous
Genocide
act
Jack.
is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to the non-stop debates. Oh, fuck. We're still not done learning shit. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have your silencer out. What the fuck? Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all, in which case you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Okay, so random shit that doesn't matter, I have to hit A, but the real things that matter, I have to use the truth bullet.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Okay!
No, that's wrong.
I thought it was gonna hit it, but no.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
This is where we tell everyone about the MO of Genocide Jack, which is the suspended thing, which nobody knew except Byakuya and me, and the real one.
I found this file while I was looking.
But I
around
only
the
learned about
archive
after
in
the
library. I
thing.
guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
We got that.
That's right. Boob lust.
I'm taking a screenshot of that one, but that was cringy as shit, bro. Come on.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Boob
More
lust.
important is the other characteristic.
Okay.
And it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Suspend the
Why
body.
don't you tell them, Makoto?
Suspend the body. No, how do... I suppose this one.
I got it!
Got it!
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Hmm.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of.
It was actually Genocide Jack.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
No way!
Saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Okay, just straight up. Alright then, Byakuya.
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
That didn't take long. He just came out and said it, which means that this trial, there's gonna be a fucking twist going on here.
You lie! What?
Okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever.
Bloodophobia.
What kind of serial killer
You
is afraid of
dumb
blood?
dummy.
Is Toko Genocide Jack?
The answer is yes and no, because of the split personality.
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Don't worry about it. Really for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What does it mean for Genocide Jack to be Toko but also not be Toko? She's multiple people, right? Make your argument. Oh no. Hangman's Gambit. Okay, sure. 6 letters. What? Wait, what? Okay, what is the word? Like this is dumb because I know what the answer is, but I don't know what the word that they want me to say here is. And I cannot review my notes or whatever to see what word it is. I know how this works, but damn it. He in the middle. I might just hit random letters and see if I can figure it out as I go. So it's split personality disorder. It's not the word personality. I don't know what it is. Okay, there's an S. Sehi, Sahi, Sohi. I'll hit a C. Ski. Now I feel dumb. Schizo. Is that it? Schizo? That's what you wanted me to say? Not even the full word? How was I supposed to know that?
Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Sure, okay. You know what? I'll take it.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
I did end up figuring it out,
They
but
thought that the suspect
I would
was,
not have figured it out instantly from the H and the I.
Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
I think the biggest proof is what she said when she was in her room, saying like, I can't let Genocide Jack take control. Her behavior change. I mean, yeah.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
She was like, hey, a dead body, cool! She was laughing, she wasn't stuttering. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world is a front and a back and a top and an ending and a bottom and a sea and a sea of true and a web of lies. Alright then.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
She was excited
In other
even.
words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
That's literally what she said, yes. I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in.
Keeping
It
herself
was
from
to
getting
keep
out.
the other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Because she told him. That's what she meant earlier when she said, like, sorry I couldn't keep our promise or whatever. So they knew this. Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
Okay, so
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
like this trial is going way too fast, so I don't think she actually killed her. I think we're gonna figure out that she's Genocide Jack, but then it's like, yeah, Genocide Jack didn't do it.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
I mean, this is all true. Like, that bitch was horny for this dude, like half of Tumblr, and then she was like, hey, I'm gonna tell you all my secrets, and then he was like, okay then. Next trial, he was like, alright, she's a serial killer, she told me, so...
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
I don't wanna die, bitch!
Besides, you broke your promise first.
What was the promise?
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone.
Oh.
But in spite of that promise...
She said she broke it. Yeah, okay. The promise is...
Kept my promise. You would go out with me.
You didn't keep it.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never
Oh,
said
she just... So, yeah, Toko is just so delusional that she just came up with a bunch of shit that other people say. Like, that's also something that happened the previous time when she and Yakuya talked. She was like, hey, do you remember how you said that, like... What the fuck did she say? Something like, we women should be under, like, some powerful men or whatever. And he was like, I never said that. And she was like, well, it's something that sounded like you could say. And it's like, whoa, what?
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing. Could you?
Not her, the other personality. You can't fully blame it on her either.
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person?
Jack.
You don't...
You have to awaken Jack. Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Alright then!
Is it me you were hoping to see?
Alright then, this is just completely different from what we just saw earlier then. What the fuck are those eyes? This is good. This music. Genocide Jill! Oh! It's not even Jack. Well, people call Genocide Jack because they didn't know their gender. It's supposed not that it's a girl. It's Genocide Jill.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
Alright then.
What is this? What happened to you?
What happened to your thumb, girl? It grew 3 times larger. Why are your pupils redder than mine now?
And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
That's a really good expression. It's fucking dumb. I love that. This voice acting is really good too.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes.
Well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
She's also somewhat poetic. This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack. This is the pencil. This is the pencil of Esther. Sorry, that's an Argentine comedy bit reference. No one's gonna get that. Don't worry about it. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Do you kill a person?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation.
Oh,
What are your thoughts?
the entire thing.
Well,
Are you?
I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Okay, so yeah, Genocide Jill is just a player. Is not actually any mastermind.
Government and society in the outside world are totally powerless.
Cool.
They just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
So might as well just go the extra mile and start murdering. That is okay. That is Genocide Jill's reasoning. So existence is pain, which is true. Therefore, I should just go and kill people. Like fuck it. Just if pain is gonna happen, might as well just make it happen 100%. Oh, never mind.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
Just gonna be like, I didn't do it.
A motive?
A motive.
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours,
Embarrassing memory or secret
memory
would be
or
revealed.
secret would be revealed.
So Toko would have revealed the fact that she is Genocide Jill. But that would imply that Toko wanted to kill her, not necessarily Jill.
Well, let's
I don't
assume
think-
that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
I don't think Genocide Jill would give a shit.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
I mean, you say that. Well, this is the kind of character that I feel like would admit it.
I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion. Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
I want her to not be the killer. Because then that means that we'll have to live with Genocide Jack among our midst. And she's gonna be our friend. It's gonna be fucking wild. And we'll just be there waiting for when is she gonna snap. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Make your argument. What? Status of dead body. Sure.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
That's it?
No, that's wrong.
What's wrong? Break!
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
The body was suspended, but it was tied up. It wasn't impaled.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
But that means that it had to be someone that got into the archive room. And the last thing I saw that what I was investigating was someone that the case file was missing, so somebody took it. And if it wasn't Byakuya and it wasn't me, then it had to be someone else. So just ask Byakuya. Oh, Hayakure. I'm suspecting him now.
Well, consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of
Scissors too. Yeah. Custom-made scissors. And it's attached to the wall. Okay.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
Oh, this is a fucking amateur. Fucking punk ass bitch.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense.
Yeah.
There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
One clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other genocide cases, look at the neck and the stomach.
I
got it!
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
Stabbed,
According to
impaled,
the case file, they were all
and with
apparently
scissors,
killed
yeah.
with
Custom
a
made.
pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
At least do that.
Are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was
The second difference is how she was suspended.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They
Cord.
used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrist.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases...
She impaled him to the wall.
Specifically...
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement! Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else?
It's really good. You really like Jill.
Big Mac said there's two differences.
Big Mac.
Big Mac?
Why Big Mac? Why call him Big Mac? Okay, that's the best. That's a bet.
Huh?
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? There's a pattern there.
Can I see them? Can I see it again? Where's the... This. Okay. I can't see the picture. Damn it. The pattern.
And it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims that Chihiro didn't fit in. If you look, then they're all male. I said this. I remember this. All the victims were male in the book.
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They're all male. This is why they told me the names.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it.
Okay.
Now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-blood fan madam!
Fan madam.
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of a one and only.
Okay.
You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's
Yaku's been very silent this entire
It's a
time.
different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Feel it. Hmm?
Cur?
Lowly. Oh, that got to him. He's sweating. Lowly cur? Of all the things you could have told him, that's the one that got him.
Kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
Oh, she doesn't care.
If by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
That is true.
Make some amount of sense.
That is true. If you were killing to survive, and then why would you just spell it out?
Whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors.
Okay, sorry, there's a bot that I have to ban real quick. Bunch of bots hanging out. Look. And there we go. Gone. Cool. So.
Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? Don't just use any scissors.
She makes her own.
Use my own
She makes her own,
class
sorry.
envy of the entire world. Scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
She has them on her right now. Okay, that's cool. I like that.
She's fully equipped. That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
All right, she makes her case.
Tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
She makes her case.
I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
She's not gonna be innocent for long, but she is for the time being, I think.
Was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Somebody could have broken into the archive room.
That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person could have copied the Byakuya. He's sweating. He's sweating.
Here's my answer.
Was it Byakuya?
Byakuya. It's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you've already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
But at the same time, he's the one that... Well, no. He told me about the case file because he wanted to blame it on Toko. So yeah, he would have had to tell me in order to point fingers.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Did he do it? I already selected someone.
The reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
She's okay. She's getting thrown on by this.
What's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Of course it does, you dumb bitch.
When would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back, I'm thinking about it now.
Thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
He was super confident. He was like, okay, let's figure this shit out. Locker rooms, they're suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Suspicious? He was talking to himself. It seems somebody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? Since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But what do you know as Chihiro?
Strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then. What's so strange about it? Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
How did you know that it was Chihiro? Okay. Next, we're going to add something I call a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold on the Y button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memory sprays can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. Oh. Or you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize the different weak spots and use them to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you just have to use your keen wits, won't you? I don't like this, but sure. In this case though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. If you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting. Okay. Well then, good luck and have fun. How to use the flashback though? It will just do it for me. I suppose the Monokuma file number 2.
You said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Shut up.
The victim was Chihiro.
Fuck you. Really? Is that it? Well, how do I... What he just said, that is the weak spot. This is the weak spot and represents potential lie or contradiction in the argument. How do I memorize the weak spot or whatever?
So, you said but he was acting...
if you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a...
How do I memorize the weak spot? They just told me.
Of course, I would suggest we check the girl. There was no time for pointless. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Because it doesn't make sense how could have known before we even found it. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting...
How does this work? Do I have to do it twice?
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural. The victim. What so? Of course, I would. There was no time. What's so strange?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
How does this work? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna check the menu first again. Truth bullet flashback. If you target a weak spot, then hold down. Okay, hold down. Later in that argument.
So, you said Byakuya...
Do I keep that?
But he was acting weird.
And then I use it when he says that he was Chihiro.
The victim was Chihiro.
Is that it?
No, it's wrong.
Okay, cool. He was holding it down. Thank you, start menu, for just telling me how to do
What's so
things.
strange about that? Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
This is so dumb. How did no one realize this?
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see.
That's a good answer.
Good answer, I must admit.
Bitch!
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Mother. Why though? Explain.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
You have to refute what I just said before you say something like that. What was Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I got in corner, but he's acting like it's got nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The extension cord that he used for the lamp, maybe? The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders is different. The proof Yakuza is responsible hidden in there. What could it be? Oh, damn it. What are we doing now? Like your argument. I suppose we're doing the live... yeah, the lamp. Okay. I love her facial expressions.
You want me to explain it again?
Let's explain it.
When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Maybe that's where I had to shoot.
Hero was suspended with.
Here.
It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Just let me shoot, dude.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Damn it.
Obviously,
Fuck!
somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Shut up. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward.
I'd never seen that rope before in my
Okay.
life.
Okay, cool. That worked. No, that's wrong! Fuck you!
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Yeah.
Because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Yeah?
An extension cord?
Yeah. That's what you use when you fucking read a library, bitch.
Library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time
Is now missing.
went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
You shouldn't lie about that.
Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room. Then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
Yep.
I intentionally made it look like it
Yes.
was about right.
Yes. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. And as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Monoguma said there could be two culprits, but only one of them would benefit from it. So someone would have to help someone out knowing that only one person would get out.
Sorry, but I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
Okay, sus. That's sus. That's a sus line. Still.
There's something that's still bothering you.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
It's almost as if he's blaming himself. Something's not right. Chihiro's dead body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but doesn't mean, can he really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? I don't think so. There's definitely something off about it. I don't even remember what he said. Is there a button to check what people just said? Damn it. There might not be. Yeah, dude. I just... Okay, sure.
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
Yeah, but the thing about switch
Are you
places.
Sure about that? Isn't it possible that
The boys'
murder
locker
took
room.
place somewhere else?
How disappointing.
So are you trying to put the blame on yourself?
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely along with the rest of the murder scene.
Yep.
Rest of the murder scene?
He's sweating now, bitch.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying
It's almost like he wants people to think it was him. Which makes me think that he's trying to pin the blame on himself so someone else gets away with it. But who would Byakuya care for in order to let them get away with something? Byakuya doesn't care about no one.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did they just take you off guard? He's angry. When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya was unconfident until now. Maybe Byakuya could never realize that the actual sign of crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that showed murders took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys and girls' locker room. Yep. So the posters and the carpets. This is what was switched.
I got it!
Got it!
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
But one of them has blood in it.
The poster
And there's
in
a
the
reason for them to
girls'
be
locker
switched
room
to.
was a picture of a big boobed supermodel. But
And
those
Hifumi isn't gonna be
pictures
like,
are
you
strange.
said the word proofs.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I already saw that the poster was in the boys' locker room though, but sure.
Those massive juxtapers were totally fake!
Meanwhile,
Okay, Jill.
the boys'
Thanks for the
locker
input.
room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
The carpets.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that it was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I
Got it!
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
I like that we are presenting all this evidence as if it's like a picture that we're showing each other. Well, it could be. I support the e-handbook could have a camera and we could just show each other. This is what I saw, and they would be like, oh shit, that's it.
Does that mean that the carpets were switched?
Well, I suppose the e-handbook just has the straight up file, so.
But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
Yep.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Also, Chihiro could have not gotten into the boys' locker room unless
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
this is where we figure it out.
Locker rooms. You have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room.
We don't know that.
No way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh, yeah, getting Leon's thingy.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Okay, so he's actually being helpful. Okay, I'm no longer suspicious of him if he's actually helpful. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Oh, I have to shoot some bullets. Broken e-handbook. Yeah, but Leon's was broken. But it wasn't broken after the baseball
Really
thingies.
possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate program.
No, maybe not.
I'm sure
Also, I
there would
missed.
be no
It's not-
problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
It's broken though. But according to Monokuma, it didn't break when the baseball
I don't
hit.
think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
No, only if someone lends it to you.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
Okay then.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
No, I think the initial assumption we've had over a person was wrong.
Seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
No. Is that it then? Chihiro was still in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Kyoko, coming in clutch, as usual.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
It's true, Kyoko never says anything unless she like dropped some like instant like win thing.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Just walking in.
What?
The normal way.
Talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Can we do that?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Can we do that?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, alright then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Okay, we're taking a break. She's gonna show us something, and I think I know what she's gonna show us.
What is it you want to show us? It better not be boring, or I'll be very unhappy.
I assume it's something Monokuma already, so that I already
no doubt
knows.
it'll meet your lofty expectations.
But he will get a crack out of
So,
seeing
shall we
everyone
go?
being like, what? Yeah. So about the concept of gender. Before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead, and where she took us was... Okay. The murder scene.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Examine... Okay. Examine parts that you wouldn't normally examine in a living person, probably. You want to
Be
check
sure
it again?
Examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully.
Is he for me the one that's gonna find it out? Because he's gonna be the fucking perv.
No, wait.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Okay, any of the girls do it then.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Yeah, Sakura. And she's gonna be like, what?
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
Actually, I think it would be the opposite.
So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
I've been told there's a ship between these two. Between Asahina and Sakura, which I like.
Here I
I
go.
like them.
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her arms together in brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
This is good. I like that this is, I think, the first time we've ever seen this sprite, and it's over this situation.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
She was glowing with a blue aura. She was going Super Saiyan for a second. Sakura's eye was staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
Not a girl.
Is what?
Well, it is. It's just not what you thought.
is a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting.
Ifumi is like,
Thank you for confirming this fact.
why is it? Okay, never mind. There it comes. There it comes.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben, it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
I knew Monokuma knew.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Okay, at least Monokuma liked this detour that we took.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy? That thought never even crossed my mind. It actually did lots of
Because
times,
the
but
victim
sure.
was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
This one.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
What was the move to the girls' locker room though?
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well,
Did they move the body in order to
admit
try and keep
I
that
did
secret?
find it rather odd.
Shut the fuck up,
I
Byakuya.
knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Shut up, Baba.
Titillating situation!
Just getting up on
now
that.
everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Except for who done it.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
We just say something that matters at some point.
He's off in his own little world.
Yeah.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it.
Is he just trying to say, I solved the Genocide Jack case? Was that the only thing he was trying to do?
But
Or did Chihiro just kill herself accidentally?
I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this.
Yeah.
Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery.
Yeah.
The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
Okay then.
And Byakuya, when you
It's almost
found
like
the
he's
murder
telling
took
us it
place in
was
the
him,
boys'
but
locker room, it seemed to rattle you.
like, yeah, like it's almost like he's covering for someone else. Because Monokuma did say that there could be like an accomplice, but the accomplice would know that the person who commits the murder is the only one that would benefit from graduation. So
And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
what?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
So says the accused, right? Everyone's just like, dude.
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you
Why?
fucking with us right now?
Because he wanted to be like, let's solve the genocide Jack
I am
case.
not effing with you right now.
Effing.
I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering
Shh.
the culprit is
They
one
matter
thing.
because we need to determine whether or not you're the culprit or not, bitch.
If it wasn't me, who was it?
Well,
I don't think I can say for sure without
Yeah.
talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
Kagakure, we had like
No,
2 or
I'm
3
with
sus
Makoto.
moments with you.
If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Okay.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
You now have a mind of your own? He's too easygoing.
Let's discuss this all
Well,
as a group one more time.
he's
We
part of,
still have time to make our
he's just part of the
decision.
group, man.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Well, if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer was a guy.
I got it!
Since your handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to be a guy. But that's not enough. I need to find some more clues. Make your argument. Celeste's account. I forgot what that
Isn't
was.
there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Clues are one thing, but
I don't remember what's... Okay, oh, now I can check. Celeste's... Oh yeah, that she saw her in the night. At night of the murder, she was about to leave into her house. She was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. But formerly she was on her way to exercise, but the clothes was not found at the crime scene.
did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
That's not it? Shit.
Shoot!
Damn it. And I used my slowdown
Isn't there
moment
a
too.
single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, did nobody get a look?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer,
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
it's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer.
He accidentally should have moved something that wasn't. Okay.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such
Why do you never tell people and just tell me, the main character, so then I can say it and everyone will be surprised?
Just hurry up and tell us!
We should just tell everyone every single piece of information.
Right before nighttime, I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
But there's only one person that has access to the fucking trash room, and it's Hifumi,
And that
I think.
is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Oh, it said something? Oh, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry. Oh yeah, he did say in a hurry. Sorry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I could think.
There's someone that was missing at that point.
Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
And it had to be a guy.
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably to keep the secret.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was
Yeah.
hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough
Yep.
so that he was willing to risk
Yeah.
the secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
Which means that someone that she trusted very much killed her, which
The point
sucks.
is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
Okay.
Knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No.
Yeah.
You already have what you need to make the connection.
Do I?
Huh?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously? Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
Am I
You
stupid?
really think we can figure out who did it based on...
What? You want
Blue
to track
track
down some
jacket and a duffel
fingerprints
bag.
or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for
You didn't
to
just
say,
talk.
But fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket? The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one
The
special.
tracksuit was
If I
blue.
remember right, there was a decent variety of
Is there?
tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Make your argument. So is this account again?
First of all, we know where
Did we use Celeste's account before? We did. So do I want to use it again? Or maybe it's a situation where I have to use the flashback truth bullet.
he was on his way to go exercise.
Uh-huh.
So next we have to ask,
Uh-huh.
why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No. Wait, yeah? Okay, sure. Sure. Whatever. I just shot a random bullet in your head.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Nobody said blue tracksuit, did they?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
A track jacket and a duffel bag, and I assume headed to after exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color.
Oh shit, was it
So
Mondo?
why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
Blue?
As a matter of fact, it
Was it fucking Mondo?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Okay then, shit.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Mondo was nowhere fucking close. My cloud of who done it.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
And Ishimaru's trying to like be like, oh I trust my bro.
No, that can't be it. surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry? Are you talking about
Yeah.
Chihiro?
Yeah, she's giving people
So,
nicknames.
how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
He's rattled. I think it was
He
him.
walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was someone she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the
Yep.
jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Shit.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Mondo wasn't even.
Perhaps. But you handled
Why
it with
though?
trouble, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Why?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
What random piece of dialogue did I
That's a
not
good question.
clue into? Because I hate him. The way he talked, the way he was acting. These two could be interchangeable. No.
There was a certain turning point that maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
He did say he referred to Chihiro as dude, but dude is kind of a gender neutral thing by this point. But I suppose this game came out in like 2010, so by that point maybe dude was just like a guy thing.
You happen to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Did you notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
Is he gonna be like it was an accident?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
Hmm.
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal? Yeah,
Okay,
We
then.
would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
Of course Ishimaru's on his side, because they have a manly bond. Jeez.
True. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
I think it's pretty solid.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem.
My time has nearly come. That's
Wait.
what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
Yeah. He fully said he knew something, and he just kept it until the very end like an asshole.
Really? What kind of evidence?
Is it gonna be something dumb?
Actually, no. Now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
It's gonna be relevant. Whatever the fuck he says is gonna be relevant.
Just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist that, here it is.
Chihiro's handbook? Or
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
whose handbook it is? It must belong to Mondo's or Chihiro's? Is it Chihiro?
I got it!
Got it!
We know
Because
Chihiro's
hers is
handbook
missing.
was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any
But you
evidence
can't
of
just
the
break it,
murder.
they're very sturdy,
That's
right?
odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
Now we have two of them that are
You're
broken.
right. They're not. They're totally would take an awful lot to break one.
Then
This one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's.
yeah, there's 2 of them that are broken then.
In the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. He did say they have a weak point. We just never knew what it was. Got it!
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that?
Just because the game told me.
Sure,
Just because the
maybe I
game
let
told me,
that
man.
slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
Oh my god, I
But if
found
the
it.
handbook is supposed to never break, and 2 of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Mondo's still fucking freaked out, upset.
Asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Do we want people to know this information?
Tell us already.
I suppose.
Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Okay, high temperatures.
Flippin' knew it!
Knew it! You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Oh! Mondo's handbook broke when he was at the sauna with Ishimaru. Then. Because he had his clothes on. He probably had his handbook on too. Ishimaru's might have broken, but he wasn't wearing any clothes, so maybe he wasn't there, and it wasn't Mondo's the one that broke it.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the
Thank
hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
Thanks for explaining the mechanics of a sauna.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
To prevent those saunas.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Thank you.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
We found that in the
meaning
sauna.
the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But
Someone
how
that
did
is
he
supposed to the
find
sauna.
out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone.
Some dumbass went into his saunas with his clothes on.
Indeed.
And I know exactly who done it.
The mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What
Yep.
do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They would realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Ishimaru and I both know.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Ishimaru knows it and he's freaking out because he doesn't believe it. Yeah. I love her, by the way. I love that expression. This is the dumbest that wears clothes to the fucking sauna.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
You took your clothes to the sauna like a dumbass.
Why do you keep accusing him?
Ishimaru, you know this.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
Can't believe this shit came back.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
He's so in denial. I feel bad for him.
Accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I don't want to believe it either, but I found something about to beyond a shadow of doubt. Which was it? I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know how the handbooks. Well, because we're assuming that there is a proof in Chihiro's handbook, but I don't know what it is. Damn it! Now I have to select the right bullet, and I don't even remember how to do that.
If what he
Card
says
reader.
is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
No, maybe it's the card reader.
Goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I feel like I missed whatever I had to say about that. Yeah. Okay, so my handbook was just fine, and Makoto was wrong. I will show that the handbook Mono has must actually be.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If
He has
what he
Chihiro's
says is
handbook
correct,
then, I think.
You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves that what Makoto...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Is that not it? Shit.
Shoot!
Damn it.
Let's test Makoto. If what he said, you broke your own handbook. In other words, if Mondo's handbook is, then that proves that what Makoto...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Is that not it?
Shoot!
Okay, I don't know what to do, and I only have 3 lives left.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Damn it.
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Okay, thank you. It's wrong!
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
It's literally what I just said, except that the game has one thing. Like I said, no, you have Chihiro's handbook. And the game is like, no, his handbook is broken. He has Chihiro's handbook. It's like, yes, I know, that's what I'm saying.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
What do you say? Good.
That was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually worked.
Maybe he got Leon's, actually, or Chihiro's.
I think he took Leon's.
Okay, he took Leon's, so never mind.
His own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
He did say that.
Right. The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
Okay, cool.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes? But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says...
No, dumb.
There is a rule
Dum
about
dum.
loaning your handbook
We
to
just
another
said.
student. But if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse...
Okay,
No,
then.
Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
It seems...
Son of a bitch.
It seems like we haven't.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong!
I feel bad for him. I feel really bad for Taka here.
You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Closing argument, begin.
The comic book. Okay, so I like the comic book part, and they gave me 20 minutes to do it. Feels comfortable. All right, so she's getting the things in. Okay, Celeste sees her. It's hey, 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 and she sees. Oh, sorry. Okay. She sees the handbag. Where's the handbag? This. I'm pretty sure it's that. Yeah. Cool. She sees that. Then she just hides it, runs faster. At 2 a.m. I think. There's something everyone has that you need to get into the locker room. Handbook. Which locker room did your hero go into? The boys' locker room. No, that's the girls' one. I think that's the boys' one. Okay. Okay. She goes in there and Mondo is there. Okay. The Mondo sees her. He hides the things there. The weapon they could use was the dumbbell. You're using for weightlifting or whatever. She hit her with that. And what's here? Murder took place, some blood splatter into something, the poster. Is it the yeah, here. The thing falls. Yeah. He rolls the carpet. This guy said through the killer switch around the carpet as well as something else, the posters. Which locker room did the killer move to? The girls' one. Wait, what? Okay, no, this is wrong. This one is right. And then the girls' locker room is here. Use the card to get in. Go to something from the other locker room and switch it to the sign of the crime. Here. With the body there, and it just looks like that. Then Byakuya walks in. For some reason he walks into the girls' locker room. This bitch motherfucker wants to solve the crime and bask in the glory of catching Genocide Jack or whatever before he dies or some shit. What was it that Byakuya brought to the murder scene? It could only have been this fucking thing. He died, sir. When Byakuya arrived on the scene, what did he use to disguise what had happened? What? What did he use to disguise what had happened? What? This? Oh yeah, because it's already written here. Act 5. Where did the killer go after they were done? I have no idea. I suppose this is this. When the handbook got thrown into the sauna room, what happened to it? It melted. Fucking melted. Well, it stopped working, I suppose. Well, this is the final thing, so what do I say here? Okay, give me a second. Where did the killer go after they were done? To the sauna room, I suppose. And then they threw it in there. And when the handbook got thrown into the sauna room, what happened to it? I know what happened to it, but I don't know what picture. I don't know what... Like, I don't know what the picture looks like when it's big. This is not it. And I suppose the door is not it. I don't even know what this is, actually. Is that the e-handbook? I think it's the e-handbook. Is that it? Okay, let me review the whole thing. So, from beginning to end. Okay, they get the bag, come over here, they get in. Chihiro meets Mondo in the room. Mondo was lifting or some shit. Kills her. Blood splatters on the poster. Move the poster, move the carpet, go to the girls' locker room, put the fucking poster again. Byakuya comes in, he fucking uses the fucking extension cord. Then he... Okay, then the murderer goes to the sauna room and tosses the handbook, and I suppose this is supposed to be like the e-handbook stops working. Because other than that we have someone holding an e-handbook. Okay, so the way you want to probably do this is, well, you want to see if they reuse art. Because previous time, okay, yeah, they're reusing art for this, and they're probably reusing art for the dumbbell too. Because the last time in the last comic, the one panel that wasn't real was the one that was reused art. Is this reused art? I think it is, yeah. And then the door... Was the door used at some point? Maybe the door. Maybe we have to use the door at some point. Or maybe not. Maybe this is art from other scene of crime or whatever. No, I think this is it. Let's go.
Here's exactly what happened.
Here's exactly what happened.
First, let's take a look back to the previous.
Theme of Danganronpa.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Mm-hmm.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Mm-hmm.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who is apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple. Because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
I'm wondering if this was an accident to some degree.
In the heat of the moment, the body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Mm-hmm. It was either like unplanned or it was an accident. Because like I don't see Mondo just killing Chihiro, but sure.
Then, removing the bloody finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them.
The only thing I don't buy is that Mondo was smart enough to see the handbooks of Junko and Sayaka and be like, yeah, I can use this to get into the girls' locker room. Well, unless he was like planning on spying on girls. With the carpet and the poster front. Okay, they left. Cool.
They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Like an asshole.
That could have been the end of things, but no.
This motherfucker had to come in and overcomplicate things.
Discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation.
Yeah.
Making things even more complicated.
Yeah, like a dumbass.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work.
So, is he doing this to make things more exciting to solve? Or is he doing this because he wanted to be like the one that catched Genocide Jack for like 5 minutes until we figure out that it wasn't actual Genocide Jack, and then we're done?
He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
There we go.
Just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna.
And it was because
the
this.
reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
Because he had been a dumb motherfucker that already used his clothes in the sauna.
That's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Orada?
Well, shit. No.
Wait. No. This can't be right.
I'm sorry, Shimaru, but your bro's the murderer.
Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any.
All we've had is proof. Oh, do we have to do the rhythm game on Taka? Oh my god. Let's talk a little bit of a fever time and nega time. What? During bullet time battle, if you press the RB button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push AY, however you want, destroy your opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gain runs out, so make sure the best I don't actually know how this game works. Last time I just pressed buttons and it worked out in the first time, but I saw my health and I was almost dying. So I don't know how it works. Nega time that your opponent can use. Fuck that, man. I don't know how this works. So let's just hope then. The moment of truth. I don't know how.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refuse you. False. Show me some evidence. won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence!
The fuck?
I won't listen! False!
The fuck?
You're corrupt!
How long does his nega time last?
I refute you! False! You're corrupt! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence!
Fuck. Wow. Did you just fail the whole thing? That's so dumb.
I refuse to give up yet.
It's actually Makoto because he failed the rhythm game that makes no sense. Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna. How do bullet times battle work? Just tell me how they work, Google. Fucking Christ. I can't believe I just went through that hour-long trial and now I'm gonna have to do it again. You have to log onto the statements that fly at you first. By clicking on the right mouse button in time with the left mouse, you can log onto them, as it's indicated by the order line of the sentence. Right click on the dots as they search the center and statements appear bar. I usually do 3 or 4 clicks. And then left click as your dot reaches its enter and destroy all statements you logged onto. I mean, I understand. Like, that's what I thought it was, but for some reason I just failed at it. I swear to God, if I failed this shit, I'm done with this video game. I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm not gonna do this fucking whole trial again just because the game just fucking sucks. Oh my God. Just tell me. Let's just go. Wait, can I pause? Would it be easier to do with a mouse though? Would it be easier to do with a mouse? That's what I want to know. So, the Steam forums say right mouse button and then left mouse to destroy. So if I
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False!
I'm dumb. You have to destroy them on beat too.
I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
Fuck you.
Show me some evidence!
Destroyed. Destroyed.
I won't listen! False!
Destroyed.
You're corrupt!
Destroyed. Okay. Get fucked. The broken e-handbook.
This should prove it.
Okay, I got it. I think I was pressing Y not on beat. I think that's what did it. This time was super easy, so.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's.
So let's just look at his handbook and whether or not say it's Leon or not.
We can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that,
We don't gotta do that.
He's just gonna come out and say it.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
He's just gonna say it.
I did it. I killed him.
Alright then. It's gonna destroy Ishimaru. See at the end. Fuck you. I wonder if you get over 1,000 you get S rank. That'd be great. That'd be fucking great. Okay. 78 mono coins.
Bro! What are you saying?
Yeah.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
You have to explain to your bro why though.
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab
Nope.
your lever and give it a yank. second this time around. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I literally cannot believe it was Mondo, just right away. I legitimately cannot believe it was him. It's cool.
What?
You got it right again. Yes, it is so. The blackened that killed Chihiro Fuyusaki was Mondo Wada.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. Yeah, I knew he was gonna vote for not him. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone. Sorry.
What is this?
What are you apologizing? Why? Why? What? Why? Why? What are you doing? He's crying. Oh my god, I feel so bad for him.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf. The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Was it an accident? But for anyone who doesn't really want to hear, you can hit the B button, fast forward the text. No, Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fuyusaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and burn himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that was his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy, but no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, that inferiority complex had already taken a rot deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak.
Weak.
This fucking sucks, man. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy. And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Did Chihiro try to kill Mondo? Was that what happened? Like Sayaka? Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent them spiraling into despair, and yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
What?
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Unknowingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Right.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah, sure it was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were, so Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. I would also think the same thing. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So... This is a mistranslation thing. It says Chihiro Fuyusaki, but this is clearly Monokuma talking. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, so nobody would find out. Yeah, he switched to the girls' locker room so people wouldn't know that it was actually a girl, that it was actually a boy. Did what it did. You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room? It was someone that had respect for Chihiro's like secret and decision. But then why murder though? Was it an act? That's all I want to know. That's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done? That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have argued about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Who he'd also had killed? Ugh. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. Mondo had a secret that he didn't want anyone to know then. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secret exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible! How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know. You're just gonna say it anyway? Got it.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Whoa. Now that one sounds like an accident. Or like a self-defense thing. Because he seems to have a lot of respect for his brother, so... Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble, but the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Oh my god, his brother was just Josuke. Mondo's older brother name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so imitating him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome, what I don't know how to pronounce it in English, man, of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. Monokuma knows a lot. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that will do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day, Manda heard the gossip and whispers at other members of the gang, which is why...
I just...
I have to be stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top.
And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Manda challenged him to a street race. And he died in the race, and he blames himself for it. But during the race, tragedy struck. Crazy Diamond, I love this. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly,
his brother saved him.
And he got ran over.
Kyodai!
Laying in his kid's brother...
Aniki!
Sorry, Aniki. It's actually a brother. Laying in his kid's brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words.
My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you now. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's a team, you and me, put together. It's a promise between men.
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the incident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who'd bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Manda's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I'm strong. Strong, and yet...
As soon as their killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, he was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother.
He didn't, it was an accident. Still, it's something that makes him feel like regret and shame and all sorts of mixed emotions, so... No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. But like, even if people inside here know, like... Oh, maybe Monokuma is saying that he will just tell everyone in the city or whatever, if there is a city. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why I... Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety weighed down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden? Huh? Because, I mean, you kept that secret for all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I want to change. I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. He's seeing himself in Chihiro. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be a weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to find his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
You making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now? I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Owada. It felt like I could hear something started to creak, something inside my head. What did it want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let the secret reveal and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why do you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face? No, I just really admired you. I admire your strength. That's right. I am strong. I'm strong. Stronger than you. Come ahead and try to hit me if you're able.
Son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. And that's when he cracked. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey! I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid the weak side of him from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in his heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Despair claims another too. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regret from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Cause I sure don't. All I see is despair. You bastard! You shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead. Say that again, I dare you. Yep. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, but is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing? Come on, Makoto, you know how this works, buddy. You mean execution? That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Wada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Is he just gonna drag him on a motorcycle and his body's just gonna fucking... It's just gonna fucking like disintegrate on the pavement. I said wait! Sorry, man.
I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Shit, dude. I wanna know what the promise was. And for punishment... What are we doing? Yep. Tying into a motorcycle. He could crash him into fucking Monokuma with the fucking hair. He could crash him into a truck or something. Oh. The Gauge of Death. Jumps out. Oh. So he's just gonna spin in there forever? Well, until his body just fucking breaks. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's throw the epilepsy option in there, just while we're at it. Okay. So his brain just melted. He got so dizzy, it just broke. Mondo butter. Keep cold. Okay. Or did his body just melt? Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. Yeah. I feel really bad for him. More than anyone else. More than Mondo. More than Chihiro. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Yeah, that's about it. That's about right. Oh god, I feel so bad for this dude. As Taka's sad screams embedded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya? You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of your friends is dead, do you realize that? Two of them.
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death. So much dead in Danganronpa. Yes! Yes! How many people have died yet? 2, 4... Was it 5? No, 4. I think we're at 4, yeah. So 11 people left. Of course I do, because this game is a life or death. And like, one of the people that is not dead is a serial killer. So it's only a matter, it's a ticking clock, man. It's a time bomb.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. Fuck you! Was this game written by Stephen Moffat? This boy was so calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignore the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it. Did he hear the murder taking place? Because the library is like really close to the thing, and he just didn't give a shit. Is that it?
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room, and after he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool, he didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. Are you saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that just to liven things up? So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that? To create the fake murder scene? But damn man, if we hadn't figured that out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before we reached that point. Yeah, but you would have to convince everybody that that was the truth. Oh no. Byakuya's an asshole. I fucking hate him. Like, everyone's horny for this dude. But I fucking hate him as of now. He's an asshole. Of course. Byakuya turned around and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, now I know now who I'll have to watch out for. But once I decide to become black, what? Oh my god, dude. So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on. There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next? You like to perform this elaborate execution each time, correct? My question is, why? Because I get off of it. Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, is not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair. So what do you mean? Mean? Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Surely you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship. Shut up, I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you, understand? In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion. Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you. No, you're not average enough. That's me. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. That temper sounds like someone needs a nap. And is that the end of that? Monogoma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Despair.
Well,
What's this?
Like I was saying,
He's talking to someone.
this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
Another character we haven't met yet.
Amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring.
Talking about
Once
Sayaka.
things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit,
Is this the mastermind? Why would he be talking to himself? Oh, unless Monokuma is an AI.
I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
Okay. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
You don't want to know my
I don't know what voice to make.
fire away.
Who is it? The 16 high school student, I mean. Another one?
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you
There is
could
an
do
extra seat,
anything,
but
super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole.
okay.
And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Okay, what the fuck was that? Chapter 2, Boyce's Life of Despair. Done. The end. 11 left? No, 10. Who else died? Am I crazy? I'm stupid, is what I am. Oh, Junko. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot the Junko. I got Crazy Diamond! Hell yeah, I got Crazy Diamond! Let's fucking go. Oi, Josuke. Oh my god. If I had to have a stand, if I had the possibility of choosing a stand, it would be Crazy Diamond. I already thought about this. If I had to, if someone asked me what stand would you want to have, I would say Crazy Diamond. Because it's strong, it's powerful, it's very useful, it can fix shit, it's very good, and also for self-defense, it's just perfect. Crazy Diamond is the way to go. Let's fucking go. Two of a kind. Let's save the video game. Shit, dude. Sniff, sniff. Oh, she's crying.
I know I shouldn't cry.
Asahina, no. I don't blame you for crying.
But I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon. It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here.
I like her down.
If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
She's breaking. This feels like a red herring though. Donuts. I need to eat some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Okay then. As soon as we run out of donuts, it's gonna get bad. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donuts, donut holes, malasadas. Oh god of donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. We're following Asahina. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule. But right now, donuts are absolutely necessary. Huh? What?
Huh?
What's that sound? Please tell me she's not gonna get killed instantly. Like some random event is gonna happen that kills her. Sounds like it's coming from the bathhouse. Is this what Hiro heard? Haarute? He said he heard some like construction noise or some shit. I'm super scared, but is someone there? What the fuck am I looking at? Chapter 3, a next generation land and stand tall galactic hero. What are we doing? The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial, everyone met up in the dining hall just like always, and I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but today's kinda sucks, huh? Toko and Byakuya still refuse to show up, and I haven't seen Mrs. Akira anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today. This is rather unusual for her. What the fuck did I just say? This is rather unusual for her. Normally she's so full of energy, which is exactly what makes me worry. So it's just the 7 of us then. It looks that way. It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going with a bang. Oh my, he's gone. I'm looking at him, he's fucking gone. He looks like a zombie.
Impossible.
Or not? That guy hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. One look at his face shows he hasn't slept a wink last night. Must be because of Mondo. Yeah, it just happened, I know. The two of them became so close, and then he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro. And then having to watch Mondo get punished and nothing he could do about it. You can't even imagine what it must have done to him. Someone should go to him and talk to him. And maybe not talk to him about things, but just like be there and be like, hey, what's up? And just give him a hug or whatever. Just do that. We haven't found any way out, and we have no idea if help's ever gonna come. And I'm all depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along, and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and accept this new life. That's the only hope we have now. The fact that she very clearly just said, let's just accept our fate, makes me think that she's thinking about killing someone. She's a gambler, she's a liar.
Well,
Here we have every convenience. We have food, we have clothes, our every need is seen to. Why are you so dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence. As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case, is our current situation not... Demon, I'm so pretty pudgy princess! This is what he means about the outside world? A manga? Or like an anime?
Here we go.
Maggie, the trouble shop owner, the bunny-haired Amazon, cat girl, dog boy, Robert Justice, the Galactic, and what I mean is there's no 2D here!
There is nothing to be done.
The mastermind puts such base desire to their advantage, bending you to their will. Okay, well, anyway, since Stack is like catatonic, As the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So, we're all gonna work together and spend the rest of the day searching the school. Searching? Well, I mean, since the cross trial is over and all, there should be new places for us to investigate. Yeah, so that's the ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time. Then once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There may well be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our life here. No, the point is to look for a clue. And just as we were starting to come together, she barged in and ruined the conversation. Asahina or Toko?
You called for me, so I appeared.
Jill! You called for me, so I appear. Genocide! Nobody called for you. What the? How come it's genocide Jill and not Toko? God, this place is just amazing. Finding a place I can just be my murderer self. Which is why I decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave for me. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype. I fight all day and night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If she weren't here, my chances of survival would grow up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need a little people to hold them up. Well, whatever else we do today, we fair should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right, let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. Let's try not get stabbed by Jill in the meantime. Okay, so fucking Togo's gone. It's just Jill now. Okay, cool. I'm done with that. So we were forced to eat our breakfast with a murderer, and after a much needed but very annoying meal, we set to work looking around the school. Okay. I'm gonna save the game, and that'll be it for today. Okay. That's a good place to stop at. We got a full case, a full trial. Doc is fucked up. We'll learn more about what happened in the school next stream. Oh my god, okay. Alright, that was fun. I enjoy that. I enjoy this game. This game is fun. Like, I think I said it, but like, I watched like a Game Grumps video and Aaron described this game in the best way possible, which is, it's like Saw, but dumb. And Saw was already dumb. And I'm like, yes. Yes, it is. It's absolutely that, and I love it. So yeah, anyway, that was it for this Danganronpa stream. Okay. The tier list. First of all, you go up to S tier, because I really like you. I'm just liking you more and more. You're very honest, I love you a lot. So you're just going up to S tier, alongside the cool girls. The two of you... I almost don't want to downgrade Mondo. I almost want him to stay in A tier. I almost want him to stay in A tier, so I think he's gonna stay in A tier. It feels wrong because this two stay in A tier, but you killed each other. Okay. Yeah, this is a weird situation to put them in, but sure. Okay, all of you stay in B tier, you stay in C, well, you stay in boring MC tier, which is under B. C tier is for the boring B. Okay, I'm just seeing right now that there are more like characters under here, and I never knew what they were, and I'm not even paying full attention, but this one in the middle is straight up Genocide Joe. So she's going into the tier list. Genocide Jill is in the tier list. She's just B. She's just way better than Toko. I mean, Toko instantly became more interesting the moment that it's like, well, she's dealing with a split personality murder disorder. So I suppose she's more interesting. So she's here. She's above Junko. Jill is B. Jill is pretty good. I like Jill. I like Jill, and I like the idea of we just have a serial killer hanging out here, and she's just hanging out, and we just have to have breakfast with her, and she's just fucking her with scissors, and she's like, oh yeah, I love killing people, what's up? This is the best.
So Jill's pretty good. I like Jill. I like her more. I like her more than everybody in B tier actually, but not enough to be in A tier. So that's where she is. Byakuya goes into the trash. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. He's such an asshole. He's such a narcissistic piece of shit, and I do hate a narcissistic person. I hate Hifumi because he's a fucking dumb otaku pervert. He's such a slimy pervert. But at least he's honest about it. He's not a narcissist. I hate a narcissist. So Byakuya goes right into the trash. More than Leon. Fuck you. Byakuya can go fuck himself. So that is the updated tier list. I'm gonna take a screenshot on this and send it to a friend. But this is how I feel about things right now. This is the current tier list. So yes. That was good. A friend of mine told me this trial and the next one destroyed me. And I was like, how? Like emotionally or gameplay? And she told me emotional. I get it. Because it sucks for Chihiro, it sucks for Mondo, and it especially sucks for Ishimaru. And we're gonna get to see how it sucks for Ishimaru next stream. Not right now, but next one. But yes, this is the current Danganronpa tier list. Sorry, the current, what was the name of today's stream? The current Drowning Roomba tier list. This is how I feel about them. But yes, that was cool. Okay, that was it for today's session. I'll see if I can stream more tomorrow, maybe 2 days from now. I don't know, man. I just stream whenever I have the time. But yeah, that was it for this current session. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, yeah. Thank you for being here for the stream. Thank you for watching the YouTube archive. But yeah, that was it for Danganronpa. Okay, and I think we may just end it here. So I'm gonna search for a song to play at the end, and I'm just gonna be saying goodbye, everyone. I hope you had a nice time, and I hope you have a good evening. Alright. Take care, everyone. Good night. Bye bye.